Guys, we're back. Tyler had an internet outage, but no big deal. We're gonna restart from where we were at. So we have the giant wind blades that are blocking the settlement off from the north, and we've also got about 3 dozen huts or ramshackle collections of residences and businesses covered in solar panels. And then we've got a guy, you know him. His name is something. Let me find out what his name is. His name is Gnarly. And currently in this scene, we have Liz and we have Gaza. And he turns to Liz, Gnarly turns to Liz, and pointing his AR-15 at this guy that's kneeling on the ground, he's like, "Sir, what should we do?" The guy on the ground is wearing a toga over one shoulder. On the other shoulder, he has like a one-arm like back strap, and there's a rugby ball on that strap, just like attached to it.
Wait,
So
he has a one-arm backstrap and a rugby ball attached to it?
Yep.
Okay.
Makes perfect sense. Okay.
Yeah, I'm following this
Gaza,
already.
Liz, what are you guys doing?
So can we get a little more context as to why we're in this scene?
No.
No? Okay.
Doesn't really matter.
Well, I put the shotgun on my shoulder and I say, whatever you fucking want to do, mate, I suppose. I don't fucking care.
What the fuck were we doing in the first place? I can't remember.
So Gnarly turns toward you. He's still holding his gun out, but he turns toward you. He's just wearing a loincloth that's shaped like a maple leaf. And it's white with a red maple leaf on it. And he's got a necklace of, like, crocodile teeth. And that's all he's wearing. He's very deeply tanned. And you could tell he's shiny from rubbing suntan lotion on himself right now. And he's like, "Sir, you're in charge of security this week. What do we do with this guy?"
Are they pointing it at us? Like, what's going on here?
Well, what
They're
the fuck
pointing
did he do?
On the
They're pointing it
guy
at a guy on the ground?
They're
He's
pointing it at the guy. It's just one guy. His name's Gnarly, and he's pointing a gun at the guy in the ground wearing a toga.
Well, what the fuck did he do?
He's like, he tried to get in here. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. What do we do with him?
Obviously, Liz, he was being a right cunt. So let's go up and
Clearly.
see what's doing up with him, hey? I walk up to him, I kick him in the head, and I'm like, "Excuse me? What the fuck are you doing here, mate?"
Okay. All right. So, the guy on the ground, when you kick him, it kind of reveals he had dark skin before, but now it's very obvious that he's Aboriginal. And he has something very unusual on him as he, like, stumbles back. Not only is he wearing a toga, but more importantly, you can see he's wearing sneakers with fresh, clean socks. And
So he's been to the past and the future.
they have like lettering on them, but it's really faded. He kind of like puts his hands up. He says, "Hi, mate. The name's Reebok. My cousin and my sister's back out that way. Adidas and Nike. We're just humble travelers here for the Dream Ball."
Yeah, that'd explain the old rugby skin on your back there, I suppose.
Yeah. And so you would know that the Dream Bowl is an event that happens once a year. It's a giant rugby tournament. And that it is a religious event where adherents of the League of Rugby travel to all of the rugby stadiums across the land and go and pray for the spirit of the dream to enter them. And then they meet up at the Dream Bowl and beat the fuck out of each other.
I tell you what,
I like that.
there is a bit of an issue here. You know, we're working security. You don't seem to be having all the papers that you need. So I tell you what, you got any water on you?
He's just like, I have my papers, mate. I have my papers. And
Well,
he,
give
like,
them to me. What are you doing?
he reaches into his
Jesus.
knapsack and pulls out a paper that like marks him as a adherent of the League of Rugby. He's like, "With this pass, I can go to any rugby stadium anywhere, mate."
You said you had a couple of Sheilas with you, right?
I have my cousin, Adidas. He is not a Sheila.
Oh,
and my
it's a very
sister,
feminine
Nike.
name. All right. Well, where are they? I don't see them.
So he like whistles, and the two people that you weren't seeing, like maybe we saw them on the camera, but not that well. They're both also wearing togas, and they're completely covered in the orange dust that is of this place. So they were like camoed down Sherlock Holmes style, and they both stand up in like this enormous cloud. And the woman waves. They're both Aboriginal as well, but she's very like chipper, and she's like, "Hello."
All right, tell them to get over here. I want to see their papers too. You ain't gonna sneaking anyone in. Not under
Yeah,
my.
they both come over, and they're holding their rugby balls out in front of them.
That ain't papers. Give me your papers. I want to see them.
So Adidas thumbs his nose at you, and he's like, "I'm giving you my rugby ball. It's not a thing that's gonna happen, mate." And it's weird because he's Aboriginal, but he doesn't sound Australian at all. "I'll give you my papers. This is my rugby ball. I'm with the league."
That is not a piece of paper. Obviously, I like flicked the piece of paper that
He's like,
Adidas gave me.
"I don't need to show you no papers. I'm a sacred adherent of the League of Rugby."
Listen, man, I don't give a fuck what you think you are. You ain't got no papers. You're not getting in.
Interesting. Yeah. He just like puts the ball out between you and him, and he's like, "Fuck you! I'm going in there. My religion says I can do it. What you gonna
Liz.
do about it, bitch?"
I'm gonna fucking kick the ball.
Okay.
You just fucking punt it.
It sounds like
fucking
you're,
punt it away.
it sounds like you're seizing the ball by force.
Well, you put it
By
on the
force?
ground.
No, he didn't put it in the ground. He's holding it in front of him, like as a
For a perfect kick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stop kick that bitch.
Okay. I am seizing it by force. Okay. Well, shucks to be me then.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally seizing the ball by force.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a 2. Yeah. So,
He spent all his good rolls before we started the game.
yeah. Liz, you have like a Desert Eagle, right?
Yep.
You go to kick this guy, and he like slides forward and pulls your gun from the holster, and then holds your Desert Eagle up beside your head and cocks it back. He's like, "What you gonna do now, bitch? This is how we do it on the south side."
Are you from South Aussie? That's fucking weird.
I'm gonna say, shoot the fuck out of this guy to whoever the fuck was holding that AR-15.
You're telling Gnarly to shoot the fuck out of this guy?
Maple boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that you should probably like seduce or manipulate him, right? Because you're telling him to, you know, if he messes up, you're dead.
First death in 5 minutes of the game. This
You're
is
gonna be
amazing.
shot in the face.
Seduce or manipulate.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm not doing anything under fire or anything. Okay.
You're not under fire yet.
Well, let me think. Yeah, you might have to do it under fire because this guy is holding a pistol to your head, quite literally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he's
would
giving
be-
orders under fire, right?
Yeah. So yeah, why don't you act under fire?
Ah. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That was slightly better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you perfectly act under fire. Gaza just cocks his rifle and shoots this guy in the head.
I'm Gaza.
Not Gaza. Gnarly shoots this guy in
Gnarly.
the head.
Been taking my gun back now, fucker.
Do you like catch it as as he like drops?
Yep.
Yeah. So like, there's a swicking hole in this guy's head, and probably like in slow motion, you catch it while it drops, and we see the bullet ejecting out of Gnarly's gun. Gaza, what are you doing? Like, now you've got Adidas dead, Reebok and Nike are both like, they look like they're about to do something, but you're not really sure what.
I look up at them and say, "Well, you got papers, or I'm gonna have to shoot you cunts too."
Yeah, so Reebok is like, "I gave you my papers." What? No, sorry, I switched accents. Mate, I gave you my papers.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm talking about the other one.
She's with me. She's with me.
No. Individual papers.
Yeah, he
Strict
moves in
instructions.
front of her. He's like, she's with me. She's fine. He's good.
Yeah, I tell you what. You both can leave, or you can come in by yourself, unless she's got papers.
So he says, you're going to put me out there? You're going to make me walk back out there with the great whites.
I tell you what. You've got your papers. You're free to come and go as you please. But this little one
I'm
here,
not leaving my sister behind out here, mate.
well, she can stay outside while you do your business inside. She'll be fine. She doesn't have to go anywhere, but she can't go in.
He raises his rugby ball and he's just like, a curse upon you. And
Fine,
he just starts
curse me all you
shaking it,
fucking
and
want.
he starts saying something in like an Aboriginal language, and he's just like, "You have broken the sacred rights of the League of Rugby, mate. You have stopped the journey of exiles."
The only journey that's been stopped right now is yours because you don't have your fucking papers for your entire family. That ain't my fault.
He turns around and starts walking off, and Gnarly looks at you and like is sighting this guy's back in, and he's just like nodding towards you.
No. I walk up to him and like, before you leave, you should take your papers. They're very important in case you want to come back in and change your mind.
Yeah, he slaps the papers out of your hand and like stomps them into the ground, and he's just like,
all right. I just turn
all
around.
across the land, men respect the sacred rugby ball.
Yeah, well, guess what? You need papers to get in here because it's loose cunts like you that make it harder for everyone to live.
Liz, what are you doing?
Mostly laughing.
Glory to our Stotska.
Okay, you're laughing? Alright, this guy turns around without his papers and just walks off shaking the rugby ball.
I'm going to take those
Stupid cunt.
papers.
Yeah, stupid cunt should have took his papers.
Idiot. I'd take the papers and like, these might come
What was
in
the name of
handy.
the guy that just got shot? Reebok?
No, Adidas.
No, Adidas got shot.
You just
Hey, you should take his kicks too. They're pretty nice.
I'm pretty sure there's a '90s rap about what just happened. Does anyone else recall this rap that I'm talking about? I'll have to.
Well,
look into it.
I have a lot of tapes in my car, but like you know,
We could search through.
I can't listen to them. Fucking Keith. Anyway,
Yeah. He's got nice shoes. Nice rugby ball.
Yeah,
These
these
papers,
shoes
who
are worth
knows?
it. Now, the rugby ball is going to be hard to sell, but the shoes are worth at least one barter. Who's taking his kicks?
I'll take his kicks. Yeah, a little too big for a woman anyway. You wouldn't have any need for him.
Probably. Besides, I'm wearing high-heeled shoes because I'm crazy.
in the dust of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. Desert in Australia is pretty hard ground, man. It's not loose sand. So.
Yeah, so while you guys are talking...
Okay, probably bare feet then.
yeah, while you guys are talking about dividing up these shoes, Gnarly's like, listen up, mates. I'm the one that shot him. I should get the fucking shoes.
You're right. You can have his socks. They're pretty clean.
The socks look pretty good.
Okay.
And it's
That's
Yeah,
fair trade.
he's just like, yeah, I'll take the socks. Yeah.
Yeah, take socks.
Okay, the camera zooms across town to where Sherman and Hendricks are working in... So, did we ever decide if Sherman had his own truck or whether he's still working out of the back of Gaz's?
So I have agreed to make a grenade launcher
Right.
for Gaza.
Yeah, notice he didn't say rocket-propelled grenade.
So, you're, you
terms
are
of the
working out
barter
the
were
back of
set.
his truck then?
What's
So-
that?
You are working out the back of his truck?
I'm working out of the back of Gaza's truck.
Okay.
But you-
So Hendrick, you and Sherman are there in the back of the truck discussing something, maybe looking over that relic of the past and looking over your cool new brain relay that you have.
Yeah.
And someone's like banging on the back of the truck, and they're like, "Hey, fuckheads, you in there? Weirdos!"
Sherman pokes his head out. Not home. Goes back inside.
It was a woman named Mimi, and like as you're poking your head out, she tries to slam the door, catching her face in. Can you? What would you like to do?
What would I like to do?
Yeah, what would you
I'd
like
like
to
to
do?
duck my face back inside the van.
Okay, can you act under fire? The fire being your face colliding with the steel rim.
So I don't actually have buttons to press on Roll20.
It should be under your character sheet.
Yeah, you should have a character sheet.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is cool. Do
Be
something
cool,
under fire.
man. Yeah, be cool.
All right. Yeah. Rock that shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it happens as you say. From outside, Mimi's like, "What the fuck? Get the fuck out here,
Who the
What's
fuck
the
is
magic
that?
word?
fucking bloke."
That's it. Okay. And he comes out.
Fucking bloke.
And I just like stick my head out, like sideways, from behind the door.
Yeah, she's like, "Get the fuck out here, both of you. Son of a bitch, what a bunch of cocks."
Yeah, and I like go down. It's kind of like a big jump down actually from the back of the truck. So you like leg it down there. Do I recognize Mimi?
Yeah, so Mimi is like 4.5 feet tall. She's got a pink mohawk, and instead of like fingernails, she has like razor blades attached to the end of her fingernails. She's also the town's mechanic, so she's wearing like a full body cover, and on the front of it is like a giant sledgehammer that's just like strapped to her chest.
Okay.
She raises up her mechanic's goggles and she's like, "Listen up, blokes. It's time for you to pay. The princess wants to make sure that you've got your 10 barter to her before you leave for your fucking stupid journey.
The 10 barter?
10 barter, that's what you owe. That's
Know,
why all of you cocksuckers are here working for us."
Do I know anything about this deal?
Yeah,
I assume-
so like backstory. I now reveal the backstory that you guys, as we discussed previously, you're preparing for a trip to the new resource-rich and revealed Great Barrier Reef, which, with the tides suddenly and drastically disappearing recently, means that there's a whole new land full of junk that's available, and in order to get your convoy ready, you had to pay out, and you owe 10 barter as a group. Liz, Sherman, Gaza, Henrik, and whoever else you're bringing.
And the Dream Bowl is in how long?
The Dream Bowl happens once a year, and it's not an exact date. It's just kind of like when everyone shows up, they start.
Okay, is most people showing up then, maybe? Or
The
is
Dream
it
Bowl
like-
isn't here, so
Okay.
Have you ever played Final Fantasy X?
No.
Okay. There's a concept in that game where in order to become like the ultimate, you had to go to all the temples in the world and worship there. And so in order for the Dream Bowl to start, everyone leaves the Dream Bowl, goes to all of the rugby fields across Australia, says a prayer to the god of rugby, and then plays rugby there, and then keeps moving between each field until they make it back to the Dream Bowl.
So
and
it's
they
like a
wait
big
until
scattering and a retreat?
Yeah. They wait until everyone's back. And then they start the bowl.
So they have to wait for all players to get back before.
Well, they have to wait for enough players to get back.
Okay. So it's not like we're waiting on Adidas forever.
Yeah. So, I mean, they use the World Psychic Maelstrom. Like, they're probably, in a couple weeks, someone's going to be like, "Where is Adidas?" And someone's going to be like, "Yeah, he's dead, man."
Motherfucker tried to get in without his fucking papers.
Yeah, and then he threatened me. I don't like it when people do
So,
that.
Sherman, Henrik, Mimi's in front of you, and she's just, like, screaming at you guys, "Do you have my barter?" "You have the barter? Princess wants it immediately. You can't leave unless you want us to fucking ding them tires there, mates."
We haven't left yet, all right?
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. Calm down.
Yeah, so we got some time to settle this. Like, I tell you what I can do for you. Those are some really, really nice fingernails. I
Fuck
could
you!
upgrade
I've
those.
heard this all already. You've done this before. Listen,
Oh,
mate.
I
You
thought
need
that
to
was a
listen. We've got a problem here. All right. There's an issue in town. One of the water recyclers went down. They need someone that speaks bocce. I need one of you fuckers to get out there and repair this fucking piece of shit. Otherwise, the town's gonna dry up and we're all gonna die.
You know
think
what?
you can do that?
You are in so much luck because my buddy here knows all about them. And point to
I'm a specialist, actually. Yes. Yes.
She's that's why we fucking hired the two of you to do this. Listen, repair the water recycler. You'll get a barter. Whatever the fuck, just... Oh, God. So she's just like, oh... She, literally puts her hand on Henrik's face and just, pushes his face away.
She's got, Henrik sweat all, dripping, down the back of her hand.
She wipes it on the front of your body and then just walks away. She's
so, can I uncomfortably stare at her chest?
Yeah.
Specifically the sledgehammer that's attached to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
a noticeable way.
Yeah, so when you do that, she's like, what? You want to make something of it?
Yeah, actually I would. That material is amazing. I could turn that into any number of things.
She's like, my skin? You want to turn my breasts into fucking material?
The sledgehammer? Oh yeah.
She's like, oh, the sledgehammer.
You're not getting specifically the head. He'd love you to give him some head.
I can specifically turn the head into many marvelous things.
She's just like, I'm gonna tell you something here real quick. And she draws closer towards you, and her hand starts going down to the bottom of the handle of the sledgehammer. What do you guys do? She's moving towards you, head down,
I reach, I get close and put my hand over her hand, and I'm like, yes, grab the shaft.
Are you?
Can I read the situation?
Yeah, but first I want to know if Henrik's actually doing anything there.
Yeah, I'm seducing her with my weird.
Yeah, you are. I was like, this sounds like you're doing something. I just want to make sure.
Yo,
it can be different.
Rule number 1 of the bilby: no fucking in the bilby.
Well, they're outside
this is
of it
important
right now.
to establish before.
Yeah, you should have told me this.
Literally, you came by the next day, after this has just been a massive orgy in the back of the truck. You're just oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you. Rule number 1.
All right, Henrik, let's roll your
partial success.
Okay, let's do the 7 and 9. They need some concrete reassurance right now. You're seducing her. So she goes really red when you touch her, and she was about to grab it with her left hand. So she takes her left hand and puts it up to her head. And she's like, "Oh, what are these voices in my head?"
And I'm like, "Sherman, take a walk." And I'm like, "It's hot in the sun. Maybe we should get in the shade." And I open the door to the back of the truck.
She's like, "I'm not getting in there with you unless you let me see your violation glove."
I'm like, I guess I wouldn't be wearing it probably. Or would I just be wearing it? Maybe I have, because I'm in my snow gear, and I have one snow glove on, and the other one is the violation glove.
You're fucking Michael Jackson. Holy shit.
No, I've got 2 different.
You got one white glove. Yeah. You're a creepster.
Yeah, so I just do a little teasy hand movement with the glove and start creeping back into the...
Yeah, so she doesn't let your hand go away. She grabs it and is starting to pull the glove off of it while also pulling you into the back of the truck.
Okay, yeah.
Build me.
Yeah. So Sherman,
I kick rocks at Sherman.
Yeah. Sherman, what are you doing? He's about to close this truck and get it on.
I raise an eyebrow. Has she taken off the sledgehammer by chance?
No.
Oh. As he is whispering, as he is like making his creepy seductive like thing to get her in there.
Brain whispers.
She said he looks at Henrik and he mouths, "I want the hammer," and then like walks off.
So Sherman, you were gonna read a person. Do you still want to do that before?
I think I
don't know if that got
situation
preempted
quite well right now.
Okay. All right. So yeah, the door closes, and even though this big rig is massive, it suddenly starts rocking from side to side. Sherman, what are you doing?
I stand outside uncomfortably.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could. Well, I guess I could go like I can't work in the workshop right now, so I may as well go check this water thing that they need me to fix. So can I go examine that and ask the question?
Well, let's have you zoom
so I mark
over
XP,
there.
right?
Let's teleport you there. Yeah.
Okay.
You rolled weird, so yeah, mark XP.
Yay.
I can't keep track of it. You guys have
Yeah,
to mark XP on
Yeah.
your own.
So I rolled cool for the head thing.
Yeah.
So I
Is it just when you roll your highlighted stat? Is that how you
Yeah.
get XP? Or...
Yep.
And
you
when
can
your
fail
hex
and get
hits
XP.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
You only get fail XP again if it's a highlighted stat.
Yeah, Thor, you should make sure that you got your
nice.
stuff.
I got fail XP. Awesome.
Did someone make you hard? Was it me?
He had to.
That
He
sounds
had
like
to,
something I might have done.
He had to seize by force
Yeah.
the football.
Yeah, he rolled cool, which he's great at. Okay, so yeah, we get you. The water depth here is like 2 feet, and it's like pure crystalline waters. None of that pink shit that you see in other parts of Australia.
Yep.
But this lake, while it's only maybe 40 or 50 feet wide, it's like several miles long. Like you can't
Okay.
even see it, the end
It's
of
a
it.
fucking
in the distance.
billabong. That's what that is.
Yep.
Goddamn billabong.
There's, this pylon here, and it's not generating sparks like the other ones. It's not throwing
Okay.
off sparks. So what do you want to do?
First thing, it's been a long walk. I unzip and take a piss into the water, and
Okay.
then
Yeah, excellent. I think when you do that, something happens.
Crocodile attacks.
Fucking crocodile ate my wiener.
Someone named Visage is just like holding a wrench. He's another mechanic. He is notable for being an American.
Mhm.
He's got like Guile hair from Street Fighter. He's basically Guile from Street Fighter.
Yes.
He sees you pissing in the pure water and gets his wrench, and he's just like, "What the fuck are you doing? Are you pissing in the water? We have to drink that shit, you fuckhead!" And
You're
starts
welcome,
he starts
motherfucker.
running at you through 2 feet of water, just sploosh, 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 sploosh. He's probably like 100 feet off, but he's definitely like headbutt charging you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna zip my fly back up.
That's
Quickly.
reasonable.
Yep.
But
Roll
not too quickly.
dexterity to see if you
Yeah, not too
catch your
quickly.
wiener.
What do you want to do?
Maybe pull out my shotgun and just kind of stand there, wait for him to get closer.
Okay, yeah, he continues charging. He hasn't noticed your shotgun because his head's down.
His head's down.
Yeah,
Like,
he's,
is he not
he's
even
headbutt
looking?
charging you, man. He's not looking at you.
Oh, then I would have like
He's a rugby
moved
player, I
about
bet.
10 feet to the right and just stood there.
Okay. Yeah, he gets in your general area and turns and looks at you and sees you have a shotgun out. And he like gets ready to throw his wrench. He's like, "What the fuck, man? You gonna fucking shoot me because you're pissing in our lake?"
No, I'm gonna shoot you because you're gonna hit me with a wrench. But you know what? I'm gonna forgive your insolence because I just did you a favor. You see all this water here? This is just the prime area for bacteria to form, and the way to combat that is by raising the acidity of the water. I'm trying to keep all of you bastards alive, so put that wrench down and show me to the fucking water maker thing.
It's literally like 10 feet from you.
It's like in between.
it
you
sounds-
just going.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to seduce or manipulate him, unless you're trying to go aggro on him using
Does
your
he get a
shotgun.
+1 because his cock's still out?
It doesn't actually matter